How's it going, Vintage Gamers? Wednesday Night Vintage is happening right now, and this deck is really spicy. I took a legacy list that's been doing well. It's another excuse for me to try out Fable and Vintage. We had some interesting results with the last time we played Fable. And I want to see if maybe it's possible this card is being underplayed. A big reason that this card, obviously this card's a multi-format all-star, but a big thing in Vintage is that it's actually super usable off of off-color Moxen, and then obviously the treasure token can fix you for other colors. Here, we're not exactly fixing for other colors, but being able to loot away extra cards for extra combo cards or dead cards can be really powerful. So it is a Painter Servant combo deck. So you make their entire library one color, and then you activate Grindstone, and it mills over their entire library. In Vintage, you have a really powerful combo as well of Goblin Welder turn 1 into Goblin Engineer turn 2. While the Engineer can only bring back artifacts with mana value 3 or less, the Welder can bring back anything, and the Engineer can actually search for anything. So you can put a Bolus of Citadel into your yard on turn 2 with your Goblin Engineer and bring it back with your Welder, and you just tinkered, except you didn't cast a blue sorcery. You used 2 goblins, which I think is pretty powerful. We have a bunch of different targets. We have Vault Key combo, we have Trinisphere Bridge, Wellspring, Needle, Lantern, lots of different targets. We obviously have our main deck Pyroblast. We can turn things blue and then blow them up with Pyroblast. We can turn, spells blue and counter them with Pyroblast, or, just counter blue spells. Quite good in Vintage. Obviously, Karn is just a powerful card in these kind of decks with a bunch of fast mana, some Ancient Tombs, that kind of thing. Also can find us, a Painter Servant or a Grindstone. Twin Shot Hyper is a cool little addition where you can, weld this thing and deal damage or blow up, collector roofs, that kind of thing. Could be really useful in the Vintage metagame right now. Obviously, we are playing Saga. You could theoretically build this deck with no Sagas and some Magus of the Moons. However, I just think that is less powerful. This kind of deck is really looking for, things like Vault Key and Grindstone, and Saga really facilitates that. The beatdown plan of Saga is, somewhat achievable in some circumstances, and this deck is definitely overloading things like Vigor and Abrade. So maybe it's possible we can get some Construct wins. You may notice some weird mana issues here. I have cut down Ancient Tombs because we couldn't fit enough red sources in the deck. Basically, there were 25 mana sources in the Legacy deck, and I wanted to trim lands and put in Moxen, which is a very obvious Vintage Legacy port. However, the lands that I ended up trimming were mountains, and the Moxen, most of them don't make red mana. And so one of the things I do when I'm porting Legacy decks that are Ancient Tomb decks is we usually trim some number of Ancient Tombs. This came up recently in the Show and Tell video. Basically, I chose to get rid of Ancient Tombs mostly from the deck in favor of off-color Moxen. Those played better in that video with like Shredder and that kind of thing. So here we have, 2 Ancient Tombs and then your artifact lands. This is like, they're obviously, super exposing yourself to Force of Vigor, Collector Oof, those kind of things. But the ability to go, Great Furnace, Welder, and then play Engineer off of a mountain, and we can then weld our Great Furnace into a Bolus of Citadel, it's actually super important. Sideboard, I'm trying Furies. That seems like a really reasonable place to be if we want to blow up a bunch of creatures, Collector Roofs, etc. We have a lot of red cards in our deck. Leyline is just the single best card against Bazaar. Even if our deck is super cool with Tormod Script loops and Welder loops, it's too slow because Bazaar just goes, here are 4 Vengevines, you're dead on turn 1. So I think you just have to play ley lines in your sideboard of most decks in the format, unless you're like a super crazy combo deck, maybe like PO. We're trying out some Dockside Extortionist against shops. I don't know if it's going to be good, but these cards used to cost a lot of money on Magic Online and has since been reprinted and now does not. So something I've been meaning to try. Then, of course, we have our Karn board, Lattice, Painter, Grindstone, Soul Guide, and Crypt. Any consideration of Helm of Obedience in my sideboard for when we bring in Leyline? So the problem is Helm Leyline is good against decks that don't already get beaten by Leyline. Like, Leyline doesn't need Helm, right? So I kind of just don't think Helm is the way to be. You also can't bring back Helm with Engineer, which makes it less valuable. No Sphinx. Yeah, we should probably play a Sphinx. I'm not going to play a Sphinx in the main. I think there's just so much Tinker in leagues right now, but we should probably play a Sphinx. All right, well, I guess we're going to play one Dockside Extortionist. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we should play a Sphinx. Sphinx is pretty strong. Any other things that are stuff? Nope. Okay, cool. So we're going to jump right in and battle.
Exciting news, everyone. I have just launched a new Patreon. There, you can show support for my content, grab additional weekly metagame recommendations, and even submit a donation deck list. Donation deck lists are the most frequently asked question on my channel, and I feel I am now ready to support this new content. Please check out the rules for submissions on the Patreon link in the description, and thank you for your continued support of my channel. Let's battle.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. Round 1 against the P9. Powerful Wizard. I think they're on blue-black Saga PO with like a bunch of main deck needles. This hand has a lot of mana, but only 1 threat. I kind of think it's not good enough. This hand has a lot of threats, but only 1 mana. I kind of think it's not good enough. This hand has not a lot of threats, but I can cast my magic cards, which, you know, that makes me happy. PO should be really good against our opponent, but what else am I going to do? I guess what I should do is just go for, like, Welder, Pyroblast, and Saga. Oh, boy. I don't know. I just think it's a bad idea, right? I just think I just think a multiplayer tournament for a Lotus is not a good idea. Let's just leave it at that, I guess. Oh, my opponent disconnected. This hand is like really anemic, but like theoretically, Pyroblast should be quite good against a PO deck. Even if they're on Saga, we have, you know, we should be a Saga deck that is better at utilizing their Saga than they are, right? Maybe. That might not be true. Well, that's like not the case. Like to have a Lotus tournament, you have to have an extremely high entry, so you're not going to have a high number of players, right? I think the tournament was like a couple hundred to enter. Like I immediately thought about it. I was like, damn, I want to win a Black Lotus. I'm good at Magic. I can probably figure this out. And then I was like, wait a second, do I really want a 350 to entry? I mean, that makes sense, right? You have to fund it. But I was like, do I really want to fly across the country and play in a tournament where I don't know anybody and I'm in a 4-player pod and I have to like politics my way to victory? Like, that doesn't sound like a good time. This card looks a little bad here because I have no fast mana. I don't think I'm going to jam this Welder on turn 1. I think it's probably important to our success in this game. And so I kind of want to make sure it resolves. So they are also on Saga here. I don't know. Like, theoretically, we should have more artifacts in our deck, and our Sagas should be more powerful, but sometimes, you know, you, like, run into time walks and that kind of thing, and that idea goes out the window. And sometimes it doesn't matter if your Sagas are more powerful, because, like, an earlier tempo key, manifold key giving unblockable is, like, something that could be problematic for your racing. So they cracked a fetch. Are they going to play an Ancestral in my upkeep? They're going to play a Hercule's Recall in my upkeep to bounce my Great Furnace. Good lord. Yeah, I mean, that is vintage for me. I guess I'll Pyroblast it and just die to Tinker. I think this tempo play is like really bad for us. Oh, okay. I guess we can continue. I don't know. The problem is if I hold up Pyroblast again here and they just do nothing and hold up in Saga, does it really feel like we're winning from that? I mean, on the next turn, we get to play Saga and Welder and yeah, I guess it's fine. We're gonna play a grindy game, I guess, against Pio. I really dislike the fact that I guess I didn't need to lead on Great. Okay, so I didn't need to lead on Great Furnace. I led on Great Furnace because I didn't expect. Like, I expect my opponent not to wasteland me because I knew what they were playing. But yeah, we're recording. So like when I like don't know my opponent, I'm always gonna lead Wasteland Mountain there to play around Wasteland, right? But because actually, I'm probably always gonna lead Mountain Goblin Welder against an unknown opponent. But against my opponent, I was like, oh, I have no, I'm not exposing my Great Furnace. But apparently, I was exposing my Great Furnace to a Hercules Recall. So I screwed up. I should have played that differently. This is actually very good for us. Wow, that's very good for us. I mean, if this gets a needle on Welder, guess it gets worse for us, but that's unfortunate, right? Yeah. I mean, I think our play is still the same, but they're probably going to needle our Welder. That's kind of sad, huh? Maybe they'll needle Saga, though. Maybe Saga will be bait. So what I'm looking at here is the Engineer combo, because I do have an artifact in play with a Great Furnace, so I can... Like, Goblin Engineer is not Flusterstormable. It's only forceable. So if they don't force this, I just put a Bullet Citadel in play, right? But I think it's probably likely they're going to go 2 Constructs, Needle, Welder. So... But maybe they Needle Saga. Maybe they don't even make a Construct. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah, no Construct, but are you going to get a Needle or are you going to get mana? Let's see. I think they'll Needle Welder. Let's be honest here. Nope, they're going for mana. Okay, so are they tinkering? This is super awkward for us. No, we need to get rid of Summoning Sickness. We don't have a lot of time, right? My opponent tinkers here, and they just have backup for it. We just lose, right? This is my problem. Like, Welder should be good against Tinker. Pyro should be good against Tinker, but it's just nothing is fast enough. Though, maybe the biggest problem in this game is I misplayed and played a Great Furnace when I should have played a Mountain, right? That's kind of on me. So, but if I had like a Goblin Welder in play earlier, they can't tinker because I can just swap it out for the mana, whatever they tinkered off of. And they immediately have a top. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I threw this game by playing a Great Furnace instead of a Mountain, but it still feels like so unwinnable, right? They didn't even have a force, right? I just got flustered. But we're already pre-boarded, so maybe we could take out this Lantern and play... I guess we don't really have anything to bring in, though. Toxide Extortionist? Let's try it. I don't know about that. So, like, obviously I misplayed this game, and maybe that misplay was enough, just the 1 turn and the 1 Pyroblast, but I'm never going to have, like, 2 Pyroblasts, so... I'm never going to have mana for 2 Pyroblast. I'm always going to have, like... But it made sense to try to resolve Welder and hold open Pyroblast. Maybe if instead I had played a Welder instead of holding open Pyroblast on the 2nd turn. It's tough to say. Tough to say. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't respect turn 2 Hercules Recall me for tempo. That was the biggest issue. There really was no reason to like... So the biggest reason to play Great Furnace is because it's more powerful in play with my Welder. And if I, like, for some reason don't play a Mountain on the 2nd turn, say I want to play a Saga on the 2nd turn instead of a Mountain, it's better that I already have a Furnace in play. But not a big enough reason to risk, I guess, getting the 1 of Hercules Recall for tempo. Yeah. I hurt myself in confusion. It's possible, like, that was a winnable game. It feels like 2 Pyroblast should be good against PO, especially when I don't care about Saga at all. I also had Mold of 5 and had no fast mana, right? So, like, theoretically, Flusterstorm should be payable by my deck by turn 4 or whatever that was. Like, that was a turn 4 Tinker or something really late. But I had to Mold of 5 and I lost all my fast mana. That doesn't really help. Trying to play like a controlling game when you're already 2 cards down is not ideal. Anyways, what do we got? What do we got? Where are you at? P9, let's battle. All right, on the play, that'll help a lot, being able to slam a welder. Let's find out if this dockside extortionist is actually any good. I don't really like the needle a lot against PO. You get to name Top, which is in my deck, and Saga, which is in my deck. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with this needle. But I don't really know if this is actually any good. Could be pretty nice with our Saga token, but I just don't feel like Saga tokens are the way you ever beat PO. Like, I should be trying to combo PO, not make huge Saga tokens. That's just going to take too long. They're going to murder me. I'll play Pedal first to represent Pyro, and then slam a Welder. And then next turn we can play Saga. Depending on how many Moxen they play, maybe we play Extortionist to just get some value. All right, what do we got? Soul Ring, Mana Crypt. That's a good start. Okay. Oh, we hit Welder, right, Engineer right away. So, I mean, do we want to save Pedal? Or do I want to represent Pyro? I mean, they have to have Force, right? Or Hercules, I guess. Playing Engineer with Tomb is definitely not an option. We are 100% playing Saga this turn. There's just no possible way we're not playing Saga this turn. I am debating whether we're playing Saga or Saga to cast Engineer or casting Engineer off of Pedal. There's just like no way in the world wherever we have to get this Saga going as our plan B. So, because if they counter our Engineer, we have no other plan, right? The problem with using this land drop is that it's going to make our Citadel worse, but our Citadels are pretty good. I think I'm going to use the land drop. All right, do you have Force of Will? What you got? Brainstorm for Force of Will. That's a good sign. This is probably the most powerful part of our deck. The good news is if they don't have a Force of Will, they don't have Hercules. All right, so they had a Force of Will. Down to 3 cards left in hand. Don't really feel like there's a super high upside to needling nothing. I kind of want to wait until they play a top. Maybe I'm just supposed to name top right away. I don't know. I still just lose to Tinker here, right? That's kind of the biggest problem with this deck. Time Walk, sure. All right, I should have needled top. I should have just needled top. I should have needled top. Now I'm dead because they have 6 looks with the top. Okay. Yeah, I made another mistake. I made another mistake. No, they don't have any wastelands in their deck. Oh, man. These small mistakes of, like, not blind needling top and playing Great Furnace instead of Mountain against Hercules Recall are just brutalizing me here. Now, I'm dead, basically. My opponent has got 6 looks to find PO or Tinker. I basically just am lost. I lost on the spot. I didn't really consider Time Walk. Yeah. Yeah, I just lost on the spot because I didn't play Needle on top in the blind. Wow. All right, well, getting punished. Oh, am I getting vault keyed? Oh, I'm getting vault, and then they're playing PO for 5. Okay. Yeah, I mean, not much I can do here. Just kidding. I don't actually have that. Yeah, I mean, this was my fault though. All I had to do was needle top, and then they were blind drawing. Like maybe they still blind draw into it, but really small things that I'm not sure like everyone's going to catch. But I caught it beforehand, and I just chose not to. Right. This probably is not a good card against PO. But I mean, it's not worse than a Soul Guide Lantern here, so it's probably fine. So my opponent can't really tinker, a win because I do have a welder in play, but okay, well now I can't do anything. Yes. The good news is we're gonna get so many treasures. Okay, so now we'll have to needle Time Vault, which is not the biggest deal. Like we know there's a top in their hand and one other card. That's not too bad for us. Okay, maybe we can play this game still. Let's see. Uh, man, if they didn't have a needle on my welder, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? All right. Well, let's start by getting a bunch of mana. They're F6, which is a good sign. Yeah, I mean, let's needle Time Vault. Do we play an engineer? Yeah, we probably need an engineer. We'll just go for Painter Grindstone because we can't do our own Time Vault. Actually, this Dockside looks a little good right now. I'm gonna get the Painter, and I'll get the Grindstone with the Saga, and then we'll just go for the kill. Cool. Take one. All right, so my opponent has a top, a key, maybe a Tinker. Maybe they got Tinker instead of key because then they can just get a Citadel. That would make sense, right? But key does play around Pyro, which is a consideration. So it's possible they went for Tinker. They went for key instead of Tinker. Okay, they went for key instead of Tinker. That's good. Okay. So, oh, they just have PO. Oh, they're gonna go for okay. That's better than getting PO'd here. That's just top, activate top, draw a card, and give our top back. That's good. I mean, it's still not great for me, but spin. Okay. So what is their out here? Their out is they have to find a needle or a Hercules maybe, because this is uncounterable and this is uncounterable. Both of my pieces are uncounterable here. Wow, we might win this game. I feel like that's incredibly lucky if that's the case. Let's see what happens. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, second needle, sure. I guess we're beating down. Okay, so let's make some constructs. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. That's not an artifact. Oh, I get my own top. Don't think that helps me, but no, it doesn't help me. Okay. Do we? I don't know what that is. No. Oh, I know what Class and Gear is. Okay. All right. I mean, they have 2 draws off a top and a spin, and they're at 2. Oh, I guess they have a mana crypt flip too. Winnable, 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 winnable. I think every game, if I win this game, every time Power 9 has played a needle on Welder and a needle on Engineer, I've won. They won the flip. No, they won the flip. So powerful. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, they drew PO? What is this? Oh, Hardcast Citadel at 2. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay, theoretically. It's a lot of mana for a Citadel. I wonder if I would have spun instead. Oh, they already spun, but they would have gone 1 deeper. I don't know if I would play Citadel there. Is that really worth it? If they hit if they hit Hercule's Recall, that beats me. What else? I mean, Pio is still really good here. They never spun this top once. Merchant Scroll? For Hercules? No way. Wait, they don't win though. They don't win though. Because it uses all their mana, so they don't take infinite turns on me. Unless they hit a Moxen off the top with Citadel. No, they have an Ancestral. So they boarded the Hercules out. Wow. Wow. They could even Hercules themselves for mana. Try to get into like a PO situation. I think we are going to win this game, which does not feel right. What the heck? Okay, well, I want to play tighter than that game, but that was crazy. Another game where there's the double needle on my goblins, and Dockside actually was good there, which is surprising. I would say fairly surprising. I can't believe Dockside was just like super good. I guess they PO'd for what, 5 and then didn't win the game, so probably a little lucky on my part. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Game 3 on the draw against PO is definitely not the place we want to be, but getting to game 3 after what was a series of punts in games 1 and 2 is more than I can ask for. So here we've got, well, we've got a keeper. What can I say? That's a keeper. Tinker? Any tinker? Nope, just a top. All right, we're on, they have to have mental misstep or force, which is a good place to be. It's a pretty good spot to put them in. So we're gonna go Ancient Tomb Key, Jet Vault, Pedal. Yeah, that'll give us red mana to play Welder if we need to. Okay, Ancient Tomb Key. Jet. Time Vault. Pedal. Oops. Oops, all restricted artifacts. Sometimes I am just a powerful wizard. What can I say? Wow. Ancient Tombs certainly look good there. Jeez. Okay, I mean, we take those. We absolutely take those. We got Buizy across the table, another Tinker player, and our hand is bad. Our hand, yeah, not good. Let's try again. Okay, this I can vibe with. Don't think we need all of these Ancient Tombs. I'm thinking like, man, we can even go Ancient Tomb, Petal, Fable on turn 1, maybe. And that way we can get rid of and sculpt our hand. I mean, we might just die, obviously. That is something that could happen, but we'll see what happens. Normally, Buizy plays like the Breach versions, so those are a little bit slower. Oh, they might be on Hold Breach. Oh, that's bad. So I have no way to get an artifact in their graveyard, huh? Oh, hello, artifact. Way to get an artifact in the graveyard. All right, we're doing it. I want to be able to beat Vault Key here, and the way to do that is to get this grindstone on, mill an artifact, and then I can weld shit. Which is a hell of a play. Okay, we have some space now to work with here. We are not just dead to Vault Key off of Saga. Welder is definitely a card that does the weird... I hate this game. This is the worst game. All right, well, I mean, I did that last game, so how can I really be mad? But, yeah, all right, well, we've been gotten. Yeah, we died. I was so happy we like figured out a way to beat the Saga Vault Key search nonsense, and then I don't think this is a Dockside Extortionist matchup. There's typically not that many artifacts in my opponent's deck. Let's take a quick look. 13 is a little low, I think. We do want Soul Guy. Well, it kind of depends if they're playing Breach or if they're playing Renee. Like, if they're playing Renee for Hull Breacher, which they could be playing, we actually don't really want Soul Guide, though they do sometimes. I mean, they'll play Yogwill. This is probably fine. Probably just roll back like this. Unless we feel like we need to kill a Hull Breacher, which I don't feel like we need to kill a Hull Breacher, and we have 4 Pyroblast if we did. So I feel like we're kind of pre-boarded already for Tinker and Blue decks, right? And then our sideboard is for Bazaar and Creature and then our Karn board and you know. So like we won't be doing too much boarding in this matchup, seeing as like this is Graveyard Hate, right? This is Creature Hate, this is Tinker option, and then this is Shops Hate, and this is just your Karn board. So like there's not much sideboarding happening if we're not playing against one of like the more polarizing decks. I was very sad. I felt like, oh man, I was so happy. It felt like that was the biggest brain play we could have come up with. Get the nice mill my opponent. We could have also milled ourselves and tried to hit our Bolas's Citadel and welded it into play. Maybe we just want more needles. Maybe P9 is right. Maybe the answer is more needles. Could be. Could be. I won't roll it out. I did have a Sorcerer's Spyglass in my deck until just recently. Man, that's a weird hand. I mean, we can go Black Lotus, 3 ball, play Urza Saga. At the end of Urza Saga, if we have mana, we can get a grindstone, painter grindstone. If we don't have mana, we can get mana and play something. It's an interesting 6-card hand. I mean, the 3-ball could just be game winning. All right, I'm down. Who passes up Black Lotus 3-ball? That can't be right? We have to jam and regret. Just let me do the regretting. Trinisphere. Do you regret? Oh, okay. All right. I have a Saga and a Trinisphere. Okay. Now all we want to draw is lands for the next 2 turns. Like an Ancient Tomb is obviously insane. Mountain's pretty good as well. Fable's garbage, unfortunately. The good news is when the Saga goes off, we can float a mana and get a Soul Ring. Okay, they have mana, yeah. We hit a land. Okay, so what do we want to get? We have to get mana, unfortunately, right? So let's go get a Soul Ring. It's got to be the best. I think we're just going to play a Fable. Looks really good here. It's going to pump us up on mana, and it's going to get rid of our Citadel and our Twin Shot, which are not very good. Though my opponent will get to play a spell this turn, so if they have a land. Do they have a land? Do you have a... No land! Trinisphere strikes again. So we're just winning with, restricted cards. I'll take it. Whatever. It's fine. I'll take whatever win I can get, okay? I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna say it's not a win. What do we got? We got Goblin Engineer, Soul Guide Lantern, Grindstone, 1 red mana, permeable. Fleeting. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this hand. I like this hand to keep. Gonna get rid of... Yeah, 1 Engineer. This way, I have turn 1 Karn, which is good in this matchup. Very good in this matchup. They have to have a force. And then I have backup plan of Engineer plus... So is it better to go Ancient Tomb Mana Crypt or Great Furnace Pearl Mana Crypt? Do we think they have Mindbreak traps? That's the only difference, right? Mindbreak traps, maybe? I guess we could also have multiple red mana on the next turn, but that doesn't matter. Take more damage. I guess I can play around Daze. Daze or Mindbreak Trap. Okay. I'm gonna play around Daze and lose to Mindbreak Trap. That's what I've decided. Okay. Do you have a force? I hate... yes! Okay. That is bad. They had a Mindbreak Trap. Man. That is just disgusting. I could have played around that. I don't know. I've never seen a Mindbreak Trap from that. Why would you play a Mindbreak Trap? All right. I've been got. Engineer? You like that one? Ooh, okay. I'm going to get a Vault key then. Could also get a Black Lotus and go for this Bolus of Citadel. I think going for a Vault key sounds better, though. Why did they play Mindbreak Trap against me after getting turn 1 3-balled? I don't know. I play a lot of Moxen. if Mindbreak Trap can emotionally hurt me, people will play it against me. So I'm not going to this season's 4 seasons. This September's 4 seasons. But I'm thinking about going to one at the end of the year. It's not super easy for me to just pick up and go to Italy for, a week or so. All right, opponent. You got to have something. I guess I can just have a braid. But we have Furnace, Sacrifice, Mana Crypt, Bring Back Key, Take Infinite Turns. So you got to have something. I really wish I had not played into Mindbreak Trap, because this game would have been a lot easier. Just so much easier if I just didn't play into Mindbreak Trap. Oh well. It should be in December. All right, opponent's deep in the tank, though, which is a good sign. Will this Urza Saga go off before they lose? I mean, technically, most vintage decks can play 3 spells, right? Like, you can almost always find a Mindbreak Trap. Like, you can Mindbreak Trap Hogak a lot. I don't really recommend... Oh, come on. How do they always have their one needle? What's the point of Saga being able to find needle if you just always draw it? Shit. They named Key? That's weird. I think I would have named Goblin Engineer. Oh, well. I'm going to lose this game. I'm sad. Everybody's sad. But mostly me. I'm just going to die to constructs. Pain. Okay. Why are they tanking? They were tanking on which card to name? Plethora of options. Yeah, again, this game would have just been super easy if I played around Trap instead of Daze. I guess it's kind of asking for a lot for the Urza Saga deck to play Daze, but I don't know. Feels just as good as Trap does here, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Copium. Can't even weld out their construct. Unlucky. This game's going to be really hard to win. I pretty much have to draw Black Lotus, right? Really frustrating game. Just getting trapped over and over again. Don't think Trap is good against my deck, but that is how it rolls. Yeah, let's bring back Key and sacrifice this Mana Crypt so we don't die. Yeah, there's likely to be a 4 seasons in December. So if I draw a Painter's Servant, I could maybe Pyroblast this Needle, right? That's the only other thing. I can draw Black Lotus and play a Citadel. I can draw Painter's Servant and Pyroblast Needle. Painter Servants, anybody? Goblin Engineer. Well, that technically blocks. It also gets me a Black Lotus, but I'll be at a very low life total at that point, so it's probably not worth it to get a Citadel. So what I can do is I can get the Painter Servant, right? But then I won't have any red mana. So that doesn't do it. I guess I can get an Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, sure. Let's do that. Doesn't really feel like a viable plan, but something. The problem with getting a Painter Servant is I'll have to have another red mana, right? Which doesn't feel like that's what do they have, a Lightning Bolt? They're approaching this way too happily to not have a Lightning Bolt here. Oh, they have a Nile spell bomb. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that's good. Sure, why not? I need to draw a needle now. Maybe they'll suck. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Whatever. I can't believe, like I said, if I just played around Mindbreak Trap, we would win this game. I've been making lots of little micro errors, huh? Not good. Okay, here we go. Round 3 of this Vintage League. We do have the combo. Unfortunately, we have no artifacts. But we could draw one of those, so I'm gonna keep it. We're up against Eric. Eric is a resident Doomsday player. However, they've been experimenting with some other things recently. Goblins. We're getting oops off spelled. Okay. Or maybe it's still goblins. Maybe it's still goblins. Goblins is like mono red Doomsday, so let's see. Is it okay, it's goblins. Or Blood Moon is interesting. Uh-oh, is it Moon Stompy? Oh no. You've branched out too far. I wish they had Blood Moon to me. Really show them. Oh, it's a Goblin Mirror. All right, if we can draw an artifact, I think we're winning. Nice. Now I guess we don't want to be Blood Moon. So I'm going to hide this. I'm going to play Mountain Welder. And then if I get another turn, I can go Furnace, Engineer, Citadel them. See what happens. They'll probably be incentivized not to Blood Moon me, seeing as I land on basic Mountain. But... oh no! A Sphere of Resistance! That's bad. Oh, it's still an artifact through Moon? Okay, then it didn't matter. I can't beat the Sphere of Resistance, though. Now my Citadel is too small. No, we're gonna lose. Wish we had a Sphinx in the main. If we had a Sphinx in the main, we would be doing work. All right, I think we're dead. Don't really know what to do about it. I guess we can block the Rabble Master. I just don't think we're going to be able to cast enough spells through the Sphere of Resistance, unfortunately. What happened to the other City of Traders? Oh, they didn't get rid of it. What is this? Ah. Okay. All right. So I take 1,000,001 damage here. I just have to block that thing. Unfortunately, they didn't use a Lotus Petal or anything. So what can I really do here? Okay. I have an ensnaring bridge, but I can't get underneath it, right? I have a twin shot sniper though. That could be good. Shoot that, block that. That could work. That could work. Okay, so he says this is still an artifact. Oh, that's cool. It is still an artifact. So if I play a Mana Vault, that doesn't seem good. We don't have enough time. No, we're gonna die. Are we gonna die? So if I play an engineer and I weld a... okay, hold on. Play an engineer. I chump the engineer here. I take 4, 6, 8. No, I die. No, we have to take a break and just go for the twin shot sniper. Which looks really good here. Oh, wait, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Search your library for an artifact card. Is it not an artifact? Oh, no. Wait, I thought it was an artifact. It's an artifact. Where's my twin shot sniper? It's exiled? Why is it exiled? It was exiled to Ragavan! Come on. This can't be happening. Okay. That is unfortunate, yes. Okay. So if I went Ensnaring Bridge, it just doesn't help me, right? I had to go Mana Vault first, and then no, that still wasn't good enough. All right, if I go Black Lotus, no, that's not good. Okay. We can make a blocker, right? Okay, we have a blocker. I think that's good. Probably was supposed to play Mana Vault. Okay, so if I weld my Sapphire into a blocker, and then I chump Engineer on Rabblemaster, and I block Ragavan with Painter's Servant, I think that means I live, and then we can maybe get another one, and I got a Grindstone. Okay, so attacking with everything, I assume, and then we... Man, this game would have been so easy with a twin shot sniper. All right, so I'm gonna weld out this Sapphire for a Painter Servant. Is that better than a... I don't know if that's better or not. It's a basic mountain anyways. And then I will name Blue. And then, oh, that's cool. And then we will chump the 2 strongest. So we block this guy and block this guy. Take 6, go to 2. Wait, that's winning. Wait, that's winning, right? This costs 2. I get an engineer. That might be winning. I didn't do the math, but unless they play another sphere on me, I guess. Mountain. 1 mana off Mana Vault. Am I 1 mana short? I'm 1 mana short. No. And because I drew a mountain, I can't go for bridge. Wow. Wow. Damn it. If I bridge, then I take... Oh, no, I can still bridge. No, but I die because there's 4 of them. There'll be 5 of them. So I'll die. What? What? Damn. All right, what if I get a key? No. What if I get a... No. What if I get a... All right, I'm going to go Bolas' Citadel and try to hit zeros on top until I can play everything, I guess. Yeah, that's hilarious. Funny joke. Funny joke! No, I know, but if I hit 0 and replay it and play it, then I get to a Lotus, that technically I eventually make mana, right? All right, I get 4 Fury, and I get a Sphinx. So I'm pretty happy with life. Definitely can't be upset. Don't need a Soul Guide Lantern. Don't need a Needle. Don't need a Trinisphere. I don't really think Dockside's actually good against my opponent, no. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, maybe it's fine. We don't really need these, like, super crazy grind cards. I definitely don't think I'm going to take out the Pyroblast playset. I feel like we're going to need to be able to kill... Maybe we don't need to kill anything. I mean, we are a Painter Servant deck, right? Like, I'm not really sure we're supposed to take out the Pyroblast playset. Maybe I'll take out some of the Pyroblasts. Like, Trinisphere and Needle and Lantern are all dead. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that game was very easily won if Ragavan had not hit Twin Shot Sniper. Ah, okay, fair enough. Man, brutal. Savage. Correct? Yeah, Sphinx should be nuts here, right? How can they ever beat a Sphinx? And we have so many ways to put it in play. You know what I can't do? Welder a Sphinx back out. If they like Swords to Plowshares it. Or red. Alright. I got a can. I have some fast mana. Oh, I forgot how bad Urza Saga is in this matchup. It's probably fine. We can just get rid of it to Fable. Maybe this hand is like too weak to be keeping, but feels like fine. I was surprised by Sphere of Resistance. That's not a card that I've seen in Stompy recently. That was an interesting one. But I guess I could always Fury a Magus, right? What do you got for me? Sphere would be bad here because I wouldn't... Oh, Mana Vault. Getting Karned? That would be bad. Free Ball would be fine. Sphere would be fine. I'm getting Null Rotted. Oh. Who told me to take out Pyroblast? God damn it. This is what happens. All right. The good news is I have this Fury, I guess. Yeah, let's cast... I want to keep this Fable, so I'm trying to draw a red creature here. Sure. I do have Welder Wellspring, but I think Fable's still better. I don't have another artifact in my yard right now. Well, it's good they didn't Magus us. If we get to untap with this Saga... I should have played Saga. I should have played Mountain. That was pretty bad of me. I think we're going to get Magus here. We got Hazoreted. Okay. I can't say I saw that coming. Okay. Do I beat a Hazoret? Is Fable better than making constructs? Yeah, I think so. By like a decent amount. We're going to make constructs anyways. This is going to let me pitch my dead Karn. And I'm going to start making... Oh, I guess this doesn't make mana. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. Pitching 2 cards here looks good. Maybe I'm wrong. Holy shit. Okay, maybe I'm dead. Boy. That's bad. Maybe it's fine. I can block now. They're at 10 with a Mana Vault and 3 Ancient Tombs. Like, I could just attack and kill them. Oh, no, they're going to play a Krobmok. Smart play, smart play. Very smart play. That way they can block with their Indestructible Hazaret. Yeah. I don't know. Fable looking kind of good here. I'm going to make a Construct tokens. I don't know. Fable looking kind of... Fable looks a little cracked here. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the look of the Fable. I guess construct tokens probably do the same thing, right? It's fine. It's fine. Look at all these treasure tokens I have. Damn. All right, I'm bringing those Pyroblast back in. God, who told me to take these out? I need to be able to kill Null Rod. yeah. Maybe these Pyroblasts can come out. Maybe it's fine. I can always, you know... This deck really needs something to destroy artifacts so I can do more welding. I don't like it. No Rod isn't real, like that Mind Break trap we lost to? Is the Mind Break trap real, Sully? All right, I'm going to take out this top for a Pyroblast, and I'm going to take out... That's it. I'm going to play 3 Pyroblasts. I have decided. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We've got another Fury, which is great. We got some basic mountains, big fan, fast mana. I accept. Keep. Do your worst, Eric. Show me what you got. Am I losing my Saga forever? Feels like I'm losing my Saga forever. Yeah, all right, cool. Well, I actually have a Fury, so it's not really forever. Man, basic mountains OP. What do I get with this Goblin Engineer? Is there anything good? Black Lotus, hard cast Fury. Actually, kind of saucy. It actually is pretty saucy though. Yeah, well, what about Black Lotus? Hardcast Fury. I'm looking at Black Lotus. I'm looking at Ichor Wellspring. I'm looking at maybe just bin the Sphinx. Maybe you bin a Time Vault. Nah, I'm get this. I'm going big or going home. Put this Black Lotus in my yard. What are they gonna do about it? Null Rod me? No, don't do that. Actually, please don't Null Rod me. I really would dislike that. All right, what do you got? What do you got? Chalice on 0. Haha, I have that beat. All right, red. Okay, what else? Monkey. Oh no, fam. Wait, this players can't cast spells from their graveyard. Creatures can't enter the. Oh my god, this is this. Oh, this is just so much value. Think of the value. Play a mountain. Make a mana. Sack this. White mana. 3 red mana. 2, 4, 5 red mana. Is that better than Trying to figure out if that's actually better than doing, I don't know, pitch cast, play of Fable, and a Saga. Like, pitch cast, play of Fable, and Saga is also really good, right? But I guess, how do they beat a hardcast Fury? They probably don't. Yeah, 2 might be better. I don't know. Oh, it's just a mountain. Oh, yeah, no, it's better. Sure. Sweet. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Die. That's so good. Oh my god. This card must be a menace in other formats. How can this card possibly be balanced in, like, modern? It can't. There's no way, right? That card has got to be completely busted in modern. This is so sick. So I can actually... I can go double Fable this turn. So I can go Ruby. Oh, no, I can't go Ruby. There's a Chalice. All right, never mind. Never mind. I'm bad. What can I say? I'm bad. That's fine. I can turn these treasures into stuff. Man, I've been playing really badly today. Every day, actually. I'm just bad. That's why I've come to the conclusion. All right. Goodbye, Urza Saga. You lived a cool life. Anything? Yeah. Okay. They're just dead to fury. All right. All right. All right. Brutal. 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 I accept. Okay. Let's try this again. This time I have no red mana. So we're going to put it back. This time I have red mana. And I have the combo. I have the... Like, if I hit a... Oh, wow. This is a good hand. If I have a... If I draw a mana source, like especially an artifact mana source, I have the combo with Pyro Blackup. Blackup? I don't know what you're saying, Justin. Probably don't need this, unless I get Collector Roofed, in which case I will be sad. What's up, Eric? That was a pretty brutal Fury, huh? Seems like a fair balance card. What the heck is happening? Am I getting turn 1 by Doomsday? Oh, I'm getting turn 1 by Undercity Informer. Fair enough. I'm getting turn 2 by Undercity Informer. I can draw a Soul Guide Lantern. I guess we're dead. Yes, we're dead. Yep. I guess if they have drawn all of their Bridge from Belows and I hit a Narc Amoeba with a Pyroblast. Me, all right, I'm gonna just play a Lotus Petal and nothing else. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play a Lotus Petal and nothing else. Pyroing a Narca only works if they don't have, like, if they, like, didn't draw a bridge, like, if they drew a bridge or, like, some weird stuff has to happen, I think. But I think there's theoretically a world where... I want to concede to conceal information. Like, Lotus Petal gives nothing away. All right, you got me. I accept my death. All right, good news is 4 ley lines, Tormod's Crypt, Dockside maybe? Kind of an odd one. Soul Guide Lantern. And then we don't need a twin shot. We don't need an ensnaring bridge. We don't need a wellspring. We probably can trim some of this nonsense. Maybe we just trim like all of that nonsense and hope it all works out in the end, right? Yeah, that kind of seems fine, actually. Just trim the value and go for the stuff that does things. Hmm. I mean, they're probably just going to look up my Twitter and then get the deck, so it doesn't really help us to concede into. But I don't know. Maybe they won't look at my Twitter. Is this hand good enough? Man, I don't know. Having just the needle for one of their 12 things that are 3 different pieces. I don't know if that's good enough. Maybe it's 10 things. I'm gonna mulligan this and try to find something that has like a ley line. This is how many turns? This doesn't win right away. Let's mulligan this too. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is a hand I'm willing to go all in on. So I just put the sphere and the time vault away, and I just go for turn 1 Cotton with Pyro backup. And then I hope we don't get Dark Ritual and die. there's no Tormod script for me to get, huh? Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe we just go for turn 1 Trinisphere with Pyro backup. That's gotta be make it really hard for them to play, right? That's gotta be better, I think. All right, Trinisphere. Black Lotus, Mox Opal, Mox Pearl, Trinisphere. They concede the game. Bless. All right. Right back at you. We didn't even show him Leyline. Perfect. Very fun, interactive, vintage. So I actually just took Oops All Spells and separated it inside of the datasheet, which is fun. Oops All Spells accounted for 50% of all other combo data, which actually ended up being something like 81 decks since Modern Horizons. Which is actually a substantial number. It's similar number to things like Bant Archon. Not a huge number by any means, right? But, you know, double the number of DPS. So, separated that out recently. It's doing okay. Actually, pre-20, like 2022 Oops All Spells is actually at like 51 something win percentage. But when you include all the data since Modern Horizons, it's down to like 49. But this hand doesn't do anything. Try again. This hand. This hand has a plan. All right, I'm down. Let's try it. I am going to put away Petal And I'm going to hold open Pyroblast, and hopefully they'll play a bunch of Moxen and give me a bunch of treasures with my Dockside, and then I'm going to cast Citadel with it. That's definitely going to work for me. I sure hope it works for me. This would make me extremely happy if we win this game via hard cast Citadel. All right, what do you got for me? Please no dark ritual Charbelcher life. Okay, Chrome Mox, that's one artifact for our pirate here. What else you got? Okay. Tapped or untapped? Untapped. Blue Demonic. That's not good, but if it's Tinker, we have a Pyro. If it's Chain, we have a Pyro. So we have a plan. If it's just Black Lotus, something broken here, it's not great for me. But this might work. I was kind of hoping for some off-color Moxen. Our boy's got to get some things to steal. What else you got for me? What else you got? All right, pass the turn. We're probably going Mountain Jet Go and hoping that Pyro is enough to not die. One treasure is not really going to facilitate our game plan anyways. All right, what do you got for me? Blue card? What are we demonic for? Another blue land. That's a lot of lands. Pass. Are they just going to go for like land, Goblin Charbelcher? That would be bad. All right, Saga's not a bad draw. That's going to give me a Needle. Also, we have a Time Vault. Oh, yeah. So actually, I have Vault Key coming up. So as long as we don't die, we don't even have to do our Goblin-y plan. All right, what do you got for me? What is the plan? What did we demonic tutor for? That's what I need to know. I'm not skipping a turn. Doesn't sound good. Painter's Servant. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. Are we really allowed to blue here on Painter's Servant? That feels like a recipe for disaster. If we blue, we can actually like blow something up. That just seems bad. I don't think that would be good. Just gives their forces more blue cards. Man, you're crazy, Trouts. I swear, you take the craziest and most volatile line possible every time. I'm not painting. I'm not painting. I have a Vault Key coming next turn. I think this hurts me more than helps me. The only way this helps me, I mean, even it doesn't help me with Charbelcher, right? Oh, it helps me with Charbelcher. If it's exactly Charbelcher, it helps me. I think they got Chain, though. No? Okay. Yeah, I guess Charbelcher's a pretty reasonable reason. Reasonable reason? I guess they could have Hercule's Recall. Blue. Chain? On Leyline? Yeah. Okay, cool. Counter. Yep, they have force backup. Well, not much I can do. I had one piece of interaction. They had a piece of interaction, and that was too much for me. Yep. You got it, homie. Dark Ritual Spy. Damn, dude. Why would I bounce the Mox back? What does that do for me? Why would I bounce the Mox back? I don't understand. Dread Return. Thassa's Oracle. Brutal, man. Brutal. Maybe they can't pitch back? I don't understand. What does that mean? What are you trying to say? How does that stop them from doing anything? They still float mana. Like, they don't ever need extra mana there. Not that it stops them from doing mana. I don't really understand. Okay, here we go. Round 5 versus Sean. I don't know what Sean's up to recently. This is... I mean, if they don't have a way to answer Saga, it's a pretty good hand. Yeah, I guess this is worth keeping, right? Sean is not usually a Wasteland deck, so I don't really know if we want to like Blind Needle Wasteland. I think what we just want to do is Saga Ruby Painter on non-blue, and then hope our Saga wins us the game, maybe? Yeah, I don't know, but like, you also don't want to put 4 Painter Servants in the deck because the card doesn't do anything on its own, but it's better with Pyro. I think maybe we'll change like the Ichor Wellspring for a Painter at the end. I think it's fine to have the Grindstone in the Karn board because the Grindstone you don't really need a 4 of because you have Saga and Engineer, right? I think you know, like you can go up with less Grindstones. All right, I mean, there's like a possibility you're not supposed to lead Saga here to hide the power of this Painter Servant, but I just like, I need to start doing the thing, so. I'm going to name white. Naming green would power on Vigor. Naming blue would power on Forces, so let's just name white for now. And we're basically saying, hey, Sean, we're kill us. You have 2 turns, kill us. Or, you know, main deck Needle, main deck Abrade. Those things do work too. See what we got. Mox Jet is white. That doesn't sound right. Soul Ring is white. Sideboard. Like, I mean, we can play Abrade. I just don't know how good Abrade is, right? So my opponent is probably on... I think I want to name a... I just don't think they're on Wasteland. I feel like we want to name Sensei's Top, I guess. I guess we could name like another Tarn, but I'm not attacking into a Hull Breacher here. Right. Yeah, I think it's fairly likely that I switch the 4th Painter back to the main. It'll also make my Pyroblast better, right? Oh, we're just going to get tinkered and die. All right, I mean, at least they can't hit a Sensei's Top off of their Bolas' Citadel, right? Small victories. So the problem, this is like a big problem where a lot of the times this deck is like, kill me in 2 turns, and your opponent's like, well, yeah, I can easily do that. Tinker, you're dead. Right? That's just the biggest problem in my mind. It's kind of cool looking. Maybe they'll brick on Citadel. Ha-ha! Ding, ding, ding! I knew it. Always prepare for the worst possible outcome. Because Justin, you know, will make it. Oh, and the Pyroblast. If I had made my things blue, they would have blown up my Soul Ring. Or my Needle. I love it. Of course, the Sensei's Top is the first card off of the Citadel. I was just ready. I was ready. Impressive. All right, so my opponent's already used their land drop. They have a fetch. Yogwill. Yogwill Mystical Time Walk, maybe? I think we're still dead because we're not that lucky, but... So now they can Mystical for Time Walk, replay their Jet. And they do have a Tinker here. Oh, they don't need a Mystical for Time Walk because Time Walk was on top of their library. Dope. Awesome. Stole my Construct. Okay. I mean, I can't imagine I can win this, right? Tinker. Sphinx. I mean, this looks winning. What does this do? This doesn't kill me. Saga. All right, their Citadel has no more lands to give. Okay. They don't have a DAC. This is my biggest problem with these Breach decks. They just don't do Citadel very well. I mean, obviously, if they had a Sensei top, it would have done Citadel very well, but we stopped that. I get all they need to do is hit their one Abrade, I guess. What was that? Hull Breacher, Time Twister, sure. Yeah, I mean, and they bricked. Wait, how could they possibly brick? They must have a braid and they're just playing it fast. Okay, I mean, we're gonna try, obviously. Oh no, they just have Citadel activation. Why are we waiting then? We're just playing with me. They just have Citadel activation off of Hull Breacher Time Twister. Man, that's so lucky. So he's playing the Renee deck. Oh yeah, I actually saw that that Sean was playing Hull Breachers the other day. Yeah. Oh, they had a braid and they had Citadel at any point kill me. Dope. Awesome. Solid. Cool. Cool. All right. I think that was pretty close to bricking, but not close enough. Hitting the Time Walk naturally was really bad for me. Anyways, we're already pre-boarded for this matchup, so we're just gonna resubmit. So this is what we're playing against. First place challenge list. 3 Hull Breacher, 1 Ragavan, 2 Dak Faden. There is a Breach and a Brain Freeze. So yeah, Wheel and Twister for 3 Hull Breachers. I don't know, man. I think there were oppositions to be made. I have been happy with Fable. It's not like a crazy good card, but I think it's been serviceable. This hand doesn't do enough. Let's try again. This hand... Oh, no. Stupid sagas. Why can't you just be mountains? If these sagas were just mountains, our hand's actually very good. But because they're not mountains, this hand's actually bad. This makes me sad. I guess we're doing this. It's not a great place to be. That is not how Blood Moon works. Sorry, friend. Yeah, I think we're just going to lose horribly here, unfortunately. My opponent kept a 7-card Tinker hand. Don't really know what we're pushing for. I'm going to try to draw off this Wellspring and hit maybe a Moxen so that I can play an Engineer or hold up in Pyroblast. Ancient Doom, huh? All right. I'm going to let you untap and tinker me. I just, like, don't feel that, like, passing Mountain Pyroblast is good enough. Like, if they tinker me, yeah, I tapped out a Pyroblast, but also, like, how was I winning the game? Saga. Okay, we have a plan. I think we're just gonna get abraded, but what can I do? What is a guy to do? I probably should have seen if Grindstone resolved first. That was probably a mistake. I guess it doesn't matter if it resolves or not, because I can still weld it back in. It also like makes the engineer look more threatening, so maybe bad. I don't know. This looks good. I have enough mana to do the whole thing next turn. Lightning bolt. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Brutal. Oh boy. They play a bolt in their main. They are a breach deck. No bolts in the main. They brought in one bolt. Okay. He's probably correct to bring in bolt. I am playing 8 goblins. I guess we can just draw a painter. Or a welder. Or not a Black Lotus. Black Lotus looks pretty poor here. I'm going to hold Black Lotus. Don't think it does that much in play. Alright, so my opponent is just going to make some Saga tokens and kill me. Or get a Black Lotus and kill me. Yeah. Not seeing it, but we could draw something. Draw with top? Why? They're gonna get a top with the Saga? I guess they had a really good card second from the top. Interesting. They don't need a top. They're gonna win with the Black Lotus. Tinker? Force backup, huh? I'm gonna hit this grindstone and see if I can hit their Citadel. I did not build the Citadel. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of how I felt all day playing against Tinker. I just don't have the tools. Like, they get to tutor for their best card. They get to protect their best card with Force. It's just, like, such a better thing to be doing. It's kind of frustrating. I don't think milling in response to the grindstone activation is good. Or in for 6 with its top activation is good. Maybe it is. Could see it being okay. I don't know. This could always brick, right? The deck is so bad at it, but I guess if you hit Demonic Tutor, it's pretty impossible, right? Just Demonic for that Sensei's top. Maybe it would have been good. Maybe it would have hit something. But why do they search for a Black Lotus? Doesn't do anything. All right, cool. We're dead. Well, yeah. I mean, that's Tinker. What can I say? I mean, this doesn't feel like it was a 2-3, but it probably could have been a 3-2 if I had played better versus Bweezy. But I don't know. I just like don't think that this kind of deck is allowable when opponent is playing Tinker with Force backup. Like, how do I like? I have 4 Pyroblast, but it's just not good. Like without fail, every time where I'm like, all right, I have 2 turn, you have 2 turns to kill me, right? And they just always kill you every single time. So I don't know. I do think that it's probably not a Nick or Wellspring Life. Probably want this Painter. I was actually happy with this dockside. Maybe it's good. But I don't know. I don't know how this deck ever beats Tinker. I don't know how any deck beats Tinker. The way my Tinker opponents have been drawing recently, I'm not really sure. But like I can make this deck have Tinker in it. And we've done that many times in the past. You can make this 5 colors, 3 colors. You know, you can splash Demonic. The thing is, the more colors you make this deck, and the more restricted cards you put in it, it just becomes a worse version of what everyone else is doing. Because the Painter Servant and the Welders and the Engineers, they're just worse than playing blue cards and Force. So if you want to like play the Pyroblast in this deck, unfortunately you can't really like, if I could maybe go, oh, I can change 4 mountains to 4 caverns, right? Then we have a really interesting, uncounterable goblin thing going on. But then you can't play this, and you can't really play Pyro because it's not really castable. But it's at least an interesting idea. You could do something like that. I'm just not convinced that that's good either. So, but it did feel pretty reasonable every time I played it versus Bazaar. This sideboard is like really nice against nonsense, right? Like having 4 Leyline, 4 Fury, just like you got your creature nonsense is pretty covered. This card just dominates every single creature deck in the format. And then Leyline is your out to beating Bazaar. I just don't know what to do about Tinker. Like, we're playing 4 Pyroblast. You'd think that would be good, but it just has not felt good. Which is weird, because it's not like... It just feels like they play around it, right? They can just, you know, they either play it early, in which I don't have Pyro up, or they like play non-blue spells. I don't know. Is there a way to get a workshop and a taxing plan going? I just don't think that's good. I think the best part about this deck is the fact that you can go Welder, Engineer, put a Citadel in play. And when you play workshops, you compromise that. So I just don't think tax plans are good either. Like, I'm not convinced that playing workshop and spheres is actually good against Tinker decks. Like, if they don't respect workshops and spheres, then yeah, sure. But I just am not. I haven't seen enough like taxes working. I just don't think these decks get taxed out. Doesn't feel like that's the case anyways. Like, you have to go really deep to actually get taxing to work, right? You need to have Revokers to turn off the Moxen. Like, they're playing full set of Moxen. Am I happy with Vintage right now? Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. The deck I like to play is very good. There's a lot of decks that are viable. All 3 pillars are viable. So it's like, it's very balanced format. I think I'm like annoyed with Tinker Citadel. I think the format is like, would be more interesting if you couldn't tinker for a Citadel, but that's not exactly a thing that they can do much about besides banning Citadel outright. So it's just like, I think this is where we're at. Aren't there artifacts that stop Tinker? Not really. Like, we can't play No Rod, right? So what other artifacts would you want to try to do? There just really aren't any. Well, I just don't think you need a Shattering Spree. What is Shattering Spree doing for us? We don't care. Yeah, so if yeah, I mean, but the problem is, if I tinker for Citadel in this deck, right? I just don't think Graph Digger's Cage is good. I guess we should play a Graph Digger's Cage, though. Yeah, we should play a cage. I just like, that's just so slow and weak, right? That's my biggest problem. We should play a cage, though. That's a good point. Yeah, we should play a cage. Like, if I put Tinker Citadel in this deck, which I've done many times, I just end up being a worse deck than my opponent. Sure, I'll steal more games with Tinker, right? But it doesn't really help me. Like, the idea is like we're trying to lean into a different angle. But I just don't think that's good. Like, what you should do is play all your restricted artifacts and your Force of Wills and your Tinker and your restricted blue cards. And then it's broken, right? Void Mirror is not a playable Magic card, and Chalice probably hurts us more than helps us. So you can weld it in and out, so maybe it's a little bit better. I'm not really convinced this is like a Chalice deck. I do think Cage is fine. I don't have a problem with Cage, but I don't think any of these things, like, these things help, right? But they don't solve. They don't make us like suddenly have a winning matchup. Anyways, this deck is really cool though. Like, I think it's playable. It seems like it's within range of being something good. It seems like it could be pretty good against the like a wide set of the format that is not Tinker. That's kind of how I feel, anyways. But like Tinker is beatable, right? It's beatable, but like, I feel like you're always going to be unfavored, which is tough to... Anyways, if you want to see fun decks like this, maybe your deck played on stream, make sure to check out the Patreon link in the description below. And make sure every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. you check out the YouTube channel for more vintage content. I will see you then.